hopefully there's not too many people walking by.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
So people might go, hey, man!
You're like, wow, dance!
Yeah, no.
You good to go?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, I think it's on. What's up, YouTubers? It's Nick here with Real Talk with Nick, and today I have a very special guest. The archetype we're displaying today is the dance professional, or the dance professor, and she is amazing. This is one of my closest friends, and I am beyond honored to have her here, and I'm gonna pick her brain. But this is the one and only Melissa Adao. If you can introduce yourself, and what do you do?
Hello, my name is Melissa Adao and I'm a dance professor. I've been teaching at several community colleges for the last 15 years. And I am also a B-girl in training and a student for life.
Yeah. 15 years.
Yes. Yes.
Where have you taught?
So I started at Grossmont College, then Mesa College, then Cal State San Marcos. I miss those people, by the way. And then Chapman University and Miracosta College.
Yes.
So I'm at 3 right now.
So can anyone take your class?
Yes, anyone who just wants to learn how to do hip hop, who wants to learn foundation, you can enroll. Just go online at grossmontcollege.com or .edu. San Diego Mesa.edu and Miracosta.edu.
Sweet. And as a dance professor, I want to just pick your brain. There's so many different topics, and I'm just going to throw it all out there.
Let's go.
Tips for beginning dancers that want to get into this field.
Learn from the beginning. Try not to learn off of YouTube. It's better to learn face-to-face with energy and to meet people, to feel the vibe, because that is the way you will understand the true meaning of why you're doing this, rather than the glitz and the glamour of getting caught up with external factors. Like, you'll know the real feeling of connecting with people. And if anything, that's probably number one, to learn how to connect with people. If you love music, it'll be really easy to connect with people because you'll connect to the same kind of music. Learn how to vibe, learn how to have conversations with people, learn the basics. That's first.
Yeah. So even more practical, we're here in San Diego. How do I start?
It depends.
What are options?
San Diego is a beautiful city. We have so much going on here. There's so many little sub-communities, if I could say, but at the end of the day, I really appreciate San Diego because right now all those little, communities are coming together to support one another. We have a really good breaking community that I'm just delving into, and there's a really great popping community that Denoy, has rebuilt. And there's the choreo scene. I still consider them part of just the dance scene in general. I know Quinnell is building his the crump scene, and I apologize if I'm not mentioning any others, but we just have a really and I'm sorry, there's also Vin and good vibrations for the house community, and it's just a lot of communities that I love that we come together. So if anyone wants to get started, I think it depends who you want or what style you want to do. The first thing I suggest is go to events, and then you'll know from there what you're connecting, what you're most connected and drawn to.
Right. And as someone who's been in this field for such a long time, you've been able to develop, we've seen it, success stories of how you develop young upcoming dancers to reach their end goal. For more intermediate advanced dancers, what are your tips?
Always be a yes dancer. Always give yes energy. Be a student for life. Never feel like you've arrived. It doesn't matter how dope you are. It doesn't matter how fast you become dope. You always have to stay humble and keep staying hungry, keep learning, and more importantly, surround yourself with people who are constantly hungry, constantly wanting to learn. So it could be a really dope veteran, I guess you could say, or someone who's been doing this for a long time, but if you surround yourself with people who are just starting, you're still gonna have that hunger, that hunger vibe of wanting to learn more. So, when you're a dope dancer, someone who's doing this for a long time, but you're around people who are just done, who are over it, unfortunately, there are dancers who do that. We get stale and we lose the sight of why this is fun. So it's not necessarily like, I think it's more of the character building and the work ethic and the perspective that if you want to keep going strong, be around people who are hungry, always be a student, and make sure you're surrounding yourself with people, positive energy, who want to keep growing, communities, support. That's how you're going to keep going, and always remember to have fun.
Right. And then as a choreographer, as a dance teacher, you're constantly casting for different projects. What is it that stands out in people? And you're like, that's who I want to work with. That's what separates them.
It's not even the talent. It's, can I tolerate their energy?
Do I want to be in the room with you?
Do I want to be in the room with you? No, but really, that's true. I want to work with people who are fun to work with. And I think it's very clear, especially my students know this, are you fun to work with? Are you hungry? Are you a yes dancer? Are you easy to adapt to these different environments? And are you easy to work with? I'd rather work with people who are fun because it makes my job fun. I don't want to work with someone who's hella dope, but they're like a diva. They show up late. They're always having all these, I got this going on, and there's all these accommodations that I need to make. No, I want to work with someone who's ready to go, who's professional, who understands respect in the process. That's who I want to work with.
Right.
So everyone has their own, taste or preference and who they want to work with, but that's personally mine.
Right. Have you worked with someone who was not so fun to work with?
Yes, and I learn over time those characters that I'd rather,
I'll give you a different gig.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Come again. What are, I guess, what was I going to ask you? What am I going to ask you? I had a question. I'll edit this out.
Okay. We can go to our text message.
Okay. Let's talk about cross training. I know you specialize in hip hop. How important is cross training, and how have you seen your dancers grow with cross training? What is that?
I see a lot of cross training happening in the colleges, obviously, because we have a department that offers various styles. And what I've seen happen is any hip hop dancer, I've seen this more in dancers who start as hip hop and then go to other styles. They become a stronger performer, and they understand their body because of what they're learning in modern, in ballet, and in jazz, and in turn makes them a stronger hip-hop dancer. Right. They are more, it's body awareness, it's dancing safe, it's dancing smart, some of the things that sometimes hip-hop doesn't necessarily offer in the beginning of their training.
Right.
And it just makes them a better performer in regards to, I guess, just dancing different. So anyone who cross trains, it is gonna help you with your turns, or if I can say that, when you do add turns into a hip hop style, it's gonna help you understand how to, body awareness, how to be on the floor, how to go up and down on the floor quick, and to do it safe.
Right.
So that's what those other genres offer you, is that, and it's not going to make you a different hip-hop dancer. It's just going to add to your arsenal, or to your body awareness of how to be a smarter and safer dancer.
Right. So having versatility and knowing stage, weight transfer, being smart in that area.
Yes, that's how. And I think dancers who are cross trainers or cross training, they also have a longer, or they have more longevity in their career because they are more versatile dancers and they get more work.
Right. What about people who are wanting to become choreographers? They want to do projects, they want to teach. What's the first step?
I heard this quote from one of I think it was Sarah Wilbur. She was my professor at Cal State Long Beach, and I took her choreography class at the time for my master's. And she said, to be a better choreographer is to just practice choreographing. So just keep practicing it. Keep doing it on your own, share it with different people, see how how your vocabulary translates on other people, see the way you're even articulating that choreography to other people, and then it just gets you to be a better choreographer. Or maybe you'll realize choreography is not what you want to do. I'd rather be a dancer, and that's okay too. Or I'd rather be a teacher. That's okay too.
Yeah, but if you've been dancing for 4 months. You probably should be teaching a master class.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's definitely another video topic.
You're 12. What business do you have teaching a master class?
You know, and I get it. There's all these business aspects behind why certain people teach a class and they've only been dancing a certain time. But I think over time it will reveal itself. The people who have a strong foundation in whatever they're doing, who have the right work ethic, who are professional and who respect the culture and the dance, they have they have longevity in the career, and they stay in the industry or the community for a long time, while others sort of just, because they don't practice, you know, those work ethics, or they don't respect the process from being a dancer to wanting to be a choreographer and whatnot. You see it. I've seen it. I've been doing this for 20 years, you know, and so far. And you've seen people who stuck around and people who sort of like unfortunately stopped. And the people who stuck around have always been very respectful of the process of doing, like, as a student and as a choreographer, and yeah.
Right. So for the people watching, performance tips. What do you need to focus on to make you stand out on that stage?
There's many. I think if we're talking about concerts, like being on stage, whether it's in a stage with professional lighting or stage like, you know, with those big events like World of Dance, Body Rock, Vibe, and all of that, there's a certain star quality that's first thing I want to address. There's a certain star quality that I think no one can teach. You just have it or you don't, you know? And I can't explain it. It's one of those magical Wingardium Leviosa, like, you know, you have it and you just have to hone it and practice it and, you know, expose it. But in regards to performing, some tips that I'd like to encourage is keep going. And I think that the idea of keep going is to learn how to go outside of just doing choreography. So people who are really dope freestylers, they know how to autocorrect, they know how to autocorrect on beat, and they know how to make a mistake look like it was meant to be that.
Right.
And that's honestly one tip that I think the first tip that I can offer.
Yeah. How important is it to know foundation? I know there's a lot of people like, I want to go to advance.
And those are the dancers who have a short career, because I feel like people who skip foundation and people who don't drink their water, eat their vegetables, you know, eat their protein and go straight to dessert, they don't last. They get sick. They're done.
Or you're injured.
Yeah, injury. Yeah. So with the importance of foundation in dancers, it's what's gonna I heard this from Crazy Legs on I think it was, I don't know if the Freshest Kids or I don't know, I forgot what video, but he said something like, from foundation you build creativity. So, you know, as long as you know foundation and as long as you learn those basic, you know, the bounce, the rock, and all of that, you know, basic party dances, and or even just keeping up with the social dances that, you know, end up, I think, eventually becoming a foundation of that era, you can build creativity through that. So it's surrounding yourself and continuing to train that and build variations of that. So you're gonna be able to enjoy any scenario and any scene with that, because you can't go to the club and do, you know, and I mean, I apologize for if that's your move like that, but I mean, you can't you can't go to the club and do choreography. I think it's hard for people to connect with you because they don't understand that vocabulary. They understand groove, they understand, you know, just the kind of basic, I guess, just a vibe, but they don't understand the basic general public person attending a club or a party won't necessarily understand choreography unless you're at a party with dancers.
All right. Okay. And dance etiquette. Let's go there.
I'm very huge on dance etiquette, and if any student who knows me knows that I'm very particular in how etiquette should be, because that is I think there's a certain code of conduct we need to have in classrooms that keep the space safe, in order, and to keep us being professional, so that when we go to other professional situations, such as a job, an audition, or whatnot, we are prepared and we're not thrown off guard.
What are examples?
examples of showing up early, and getting yourself focused, being in that space and just sort of mentally preparing yourself, checking in. You can either say hello to the choreographer or thank you. That's something that we've lost, is saying thank you to the choreographer or the teacher at the end of class. You don't have to hug them and take a picture with them, as long as you just say thank you for class. And we've lost that sort of, etiquette. Another thing that I know is really basic, or it's I don't want to say basic, it's something that we kind of forget, but it's our body language. So when you're standing in class, like, pretend I'm standing and the teacher is saying something, okay, they're sharing the information and the dancer stands like this and they're just doing this
with their back against you.
Donna Flournoy, jazz teacher from Mesa College, said it like this: when dancers take class standing like this is a body language that is saying, I'm closing information that you are sharing with me. So when you have it open, you're ready to go like this or anything like here, this is the body language that is saying, I am open to the information that you're sharing with me. This communicates, I am not interested in what you have to say. You're not taking in that information. And sometimes it's just an awareness. We don't realize that we do this because this is a habit, and we just gotta break those habits. So that's a really big one that I acknowledge in class. And no cell phones. Recording class, I'm really different when it comes to that. But
can you explain that? Can we talk about recording classes? Because I see people all the time. I swear, I'm following your footsteps. I see every single class. Do you actually train, or what?
Well, this is my take on recording class. Coming from pre-YouTube era, it was actually it's frowned upon to bring any sort of recording device in a classroom or in a theater. Now that a lot of businesses, and studios and classes are relying on numbers to be successful, to be a financial success, they need social media and videos to be spitting out constantly so that their exposure is out in the internet. So it's a different era. It's something I had to get used to. I don't know if you remember from Dance for a Wish, I was very resistant to posting Dance for a Wish videos, but then I know Sarah or Beta, miss you, Sarah. You and Sarah eventually mentioned we need to start posting these videos because people need to know who we are. And so that stuck with me. And, since I've been posting videos about my classes, I do realize that my classes have grown. So it's one of those things. In regards to recording in class, I still think if the choreographer or the instructor says no video, respect it, no video. If they are open to it, then that's the climate you are creating. If you're a teacher and you are saying you can record whatever you want, just be aware that you're giving the freedom, the permission for your students to walk away and walk back in with their camera, and they could be using their phone, whether it's class related to record or checking their Facebook or checking text or whatnot. I like to have an environment that we're present in the learning experience, and so no phones, no cameras. And I say, if someone wants to record, ask permission beforehand, and then I will allow if it's appropriate.
All right, sweet. And then for the viewers out there, aspiring dancers, just any last tips that you can give them? You've been in this field for such a long time.
I have there's a lot of little nuggets I can share, and I hope I don't go tell me if
go.
It's never too old to start something new. I am a testament of 37, just started breaking at 37, and I want to give a shout out to B Girl or Educate, Kate Morrissey. She is building the B Girl community, and I need to give her love because she is the reason why I am here and how my mentality and perspective is today. She needs to be acknowledged, so thank you so much, Kate. But that's to everyone else, that it's never too late to start a style or to do something that you want to do. Always be a student, never feel like you've arrived, because the more that you are yes about this information, you will grow. Another big thing is relationships. if there's anything that I've said to my students is, it doesn't matter how dope you are, it doesn't matter how fast you got dope or how long it's gonna take you to get to where you wanna be. You need to make sure that the relationships you have and that you create stay strong. Try not to ever burn any bridges, because you never know who knows who and who's gonna do what.
That makes sense.
It's a small community and we all talk.
You have a reputation.
And you are building your reputation. A lot of work and moving forward happens because, so have you worked with, Nick? What's it like working with Nick? And we want to know those things. And is it worth our investment to keep your presence in our process? So that's a big thing that I actually had to learn the hard way in my early years. Is make sure that all your relationships are good. You're very thankful of your roots, who brought you up, and that your side of the street is always clean. With that being said, I want to thank all of the people who have been in my journey, from, my first start at Nisha's Dance Academy, to, my professors at San Diego State University, to the choreographers I've worked with in LA, to all the dance team directors that given me an opportunity. Vanessa Andrada, she was the woman who gave me a chance on Urban Effects when, another company didn't. And for 5 years. And
way up there.
and with Super Galactic and even the dance community members who've supported all the projects, Angie Bunch, who continues to create a very strong community, and everyone else who keeps building. I know I apologize if I'm forgetting to say names. I feel like there's a list that I can say, and if I could do that, that's going to be another video. But that's my big thing, is make sure you are keeping your relationship strong.
Sweet. And how do people follow you, stalk you on Instagram? How do we contact you?
You may stalk me by following me on Instagram at Melissa Adao. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and I try to be active on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah. And hopefully I can meet you, see you in one of my classes. I love to have fun. I love meeting new students. I love mentoring. I love just being a part of everyone's journey. It's an honor. First of all, thank you, Nick, for doing this. It's an honor to have this opportunity to talk to you, someone who's been my homie, my friend.
That's right.
Since we, taking class, from Eric's class at Culture Shock, when Culture Shock was at, the training academy. This is like in 1999, 98, taking class. So I've known this guy forever, and it's a blessing to sit with you and just chat. We chat all the time.
All the time.
But I'm glad to have this opportunity to share with your audience.
So sweet. Thank you so much for watching. And again, follow her on Instagram, register for her classes. There's a beginning, intermediate, advanced. There's performances, and check her out.
Can I say one last thing? Sorry. There's two people I want to thank. One is my students, for believing in me and for being yes energy to what I have to share. I think the students are the reason why I am the way I am, because they inspire me, or just any yes dancer in general. The B-Girl community, the San Diego B-Girl sessions, and also to my partner Julio for being very supportive in what I do. And I think every couple out there can attest to the challenges of being with with someone who, we got crazy schedules. So I do have to acknowledge Julio for being so supportive and loving, and just the yes loving energy throughout this process.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yay.
That's it.
Cool. Yay. That was good.
Yeah.
Well, that was long, huh?
Oh yeah, that was very
We're gonna revisit our head, okay? So 5, 6, last time. Here we go. Pop and pop to the front, to the front. Here we go, and hop, hop, and hop, hop, and here we go. A hop and a hop and to the side, hop and to the side. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hop, turn and a hop, hop, rock it, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Hop, hop. 7, 8.
Okay. If you guys can squeeze in, we're here at Grossmont College. This is Melissa's intermediate advanced class, and I just wanted to give them an opportunity. They've been with Melissa for a while to share some of her thoughts about her and just anything about Melissa. I'll start with Bree.
Okay.
Your experience with Melissa.
My experience. I've been here for a while, and I want to say well, first of all, I didn't take this class knowing that I was going to be, involved in all the dancing that I have been able to do with her. So for her to even take the time to kind of get with me and kind of help me grow, that's definitely something that not all instructors will do, and it kind of goes it's an above and beyond type of thing. So for 6 years, it's just been a blessing. So,
And anyone want to jump in? Your experience with Melissa.
So, you have the honor.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm Eric, and Mel has completely changed my life, I guess you could say. Because coming out of high school, I came here and I joined the hip hop class, and not even knowing that I like to dance this much, but she kind of helped me see what I want to do with my future. I was kind of lost, confused on really where I was going with college. And coming here, it was just it was so comfortable to come in, and with open arms, she welcomed all of us. And me and him, we came here with our friend that passed away a semester after being in this class, and she kind of took us in, and she was there for us through hard times that we were going through, and she just kind of pushed us. And I enjoy that, and I appreciate everything that she's done for me. And I got so much love for her, and I look up for her, just like I know these people do. So, yeah. Thank you, Mel.
And piggybacking on that, I started dancing right after high school. Got forced to take her class by this guy.
It was really hard.
And it was a good decision, because honestly it changed my life. Because Mel is really a blessing. She gives a lot of opportunities for dancers, and that's what I like about her, because is always there, and she always gives dancers opportunity to perform and be out there in the community and stuff, and help us grow. And taking her semester, each semester is always growing, and it's always different. So you always learn different knowledge each semester, and I really like what she does around the dance community, because I don't think she knows, but she's helping a lot of people just grow and be more out there and help us just spread our wings and be great dancers and stuff. And I really respect her for everything she does.
Sweet, thank you.
I'd like to say, just thank you for taking me in. When I came in here, I knew absolutely nothing. I was offbeat. You could tell who I was in the class because I was off from everyone else. And just want to say, I was very lost as a person also, and I was kind of trying to find myself. So, and long story short, I want to say that she's given me the greatest gift of all, and that's who I am as a person. She's given me that gift, so I thank her very much. I love and respect her at the highest levels, and I always look up to her. She's my hero.
I really like how she brings in outside people to teach us how to dance, and she doesn't just teach us mediocre everyday dance moves, but she's always up to date with the new hip hop and the old school hip hop. So she teaches us everything that's going on in different ages, and then from different places, from the Bronx, people just from different places who have their own new school and old school. So she expands our horizons with dances, and it really just helps to open every joint and every little thing about dancing. I really appreciate the diversity that she brings into this room. Thank you, Mel.
Melissa Adao, she definitely goes above and beyond for her students. She brings in the best possible teachers that we could have for our training, especially for beginner dancers. And I know that a lot of what I'm doing today with dance that I'm involved in is because of Melissa Adao. And I'm very thankful, and I'm so blessed for her to mentor me and guide me through everything that I've been doing. And without her, I wouldn't know what I'd be doing with my life right now.
I'm JJ. I've been dancing with Mel for 2 going on 3 years. I also didn't know what I wanted to do in life. I was thinking about doing sports, but then once I took one class with Mel, it kind of just like, I don't know, you see her, all you see is just like a big smile on her face. Like you feel when you meet her, you get these little kitty cat scratches in the back. That's like her little signature thing. But yeah, she probably one of my biggest mentors right now. And she helped me, you know, feel like I want to be here with these people.
I've been with Mel for about 3 years, and I would say I wouldn't have only grown as much as a person, but also as a dancer. But she's changed me into a performer. Like, I don't just move anymore. Like, I kind of just put myself into my dance now because of her. It's almost like she gave me personality. And being in her class has like really gotten me through a lot. And she just brings so much joy and love and just kindness into everything that she does. And it's absolutely beautiful working with her. And almost any person that I've met and who wants to take dance, I've like referred them to her because you won't find any teacher, choreographer, professor, nothing, no person like her because she's one of a kind.
Sweet. Thank you. So you guys love her?
Yeah. I love you. I love you, Mel. I love you, Mel. You taught me how to groove.
Yeah, she teaches us life lessons also.
Freestyle circle. No, just kidding. They're ready. Thank you guys.
Thanks so much, Nick. Love you, Mel.